Axcelerate 20.4 has some exciting new changes. Let's take a look. A green line now appears at the top of the screen. Branding has been changed to Accelerate Review and Analysis. The Matters List menu has been changed to Navigation Page. Breadcrumbs are no longer a toggle. They are always visible. The new visualizer allows you to explore datasets visually and interactively by using Accelerate front-end analytics features. The visualizer is a part of the analysis page and displays results using configurable smart filter charts on a dashboard instead of a list. This helps to visually drill down to hot documents and understand interdependencies within metadata. The visualizer can display bar charts and pie charts to display smart filter counts and predictive scores, date range histograms to display date field counts, dependency wheels to display connections between smart filters, such as sender domain versus recipient domain. To open Visualizer, from the Analysis page, click the arrow button next to Results List View and select Visualizer. Click on an item in any chart. This applies the underlying smart filter and adds it to the current criteria panel. All charts that you see are automatically updated according to the current criteria. The documents in the Results List view are also updated. Point to the bars and slices in a chart to see additional information about the data displayed. To maximize a chart, click the Maximize button. To see the full content of all charts, clear the current criteria. Click the arrow button next to the chart name to select a different smart filter for the particular chart. To change the chart type that displays, click the Settings button on the chart and select the chart type. The chart types that are available are bar charts. Bar charts display smart filter counts or predictive scores in vertical or horizontal bars. Pie charts display the smart filter counts or predictive scores as sections of a pie. Date rate histogram displays document distribution across a date range in a bar chart. A dependency wheel displays the connection between smart filters, usually communication smart filters such as sender domain and recipient domain. If you want to view predictive filtering scores for multiple smart filters at a time, run predictive filtering in the visualizer. Predictive filtering predicts which smart filter values are most likely associated with relevant documents. It expresses these predictions as percentages, which you can see in bar charts and pie charts. However, predictive filtering cannot be shown in date range charts. To enable predictive filtering for Visualizer, from the top of the Visualizer panel, select Run Predictive Filtering. In the Predictive Filtering dialog box, select a field from the Predicted Field list. Here we will leave the Responsiveness field selected. Select a value from the Predicted Values list. Here we will leave the responsive value selected. Click Save. The toolbar displays the predictive filtering settings, and the charts are updated based on these settings. The green and red bars indicate that predictive filtering is turned on, and if you hover over any of these bars, you receive additional information about that filtering. If you see predictive scores in some bar and pie charts only, You may have set a bar chart to sort by count or by name. Click the Settings button and make sure the sort is set by default in order to enable the visual predictive filtering for that chart. To disable predictive filtering, click the Disabled toggle on the toolbar. And here we can see predictive filtering has now been disabled. Chat documents are ingested from exports from a chat platform. The exports contain information on multiple chats. There is no native chat file. To be able to process chats as documents, the system creates its own chat XML files with all content and events. In the Axcelerate viewer, these documents are displayed in a chat-like way. Chat display in the viewer depends on the data that can be exported from a chat platform. You'll see at least the chat content, the chat date, and the author of a chat message. Depending on the chat platform, you may see when participants entered and left, if attachments were added, or reactions to chat messages, such as likes. Chat messages that are part of the same chat structure and are provided in the same chat platform export file are grouped in one document. If there are multiple export files, there may be multiple chat documents that belong to the same chat. The chat-specific MIME type is Text Chat XML. Chat exports from these platforms can be directly loaded to Axcelerate, Microsoft Teams, and Bloomberg. Chat exports from other systems can also be loaded if they match a generic chat load file format. This may need adaptation of the source files by an administrator. TextView helps you quickly assess the relevancy of chats as it contains only substantive chat messages. Information such as entry and exit of the chat room, events, and disclaimers are excluded. Messages are shown in white. Replies and reactions are shown in blue. And deleted messages are shown in red. These items are shown in searchable. That is, they belong to the index text. You can search for them with keyword search, room name, message text, attachment names, text of deleted messages, participant names, importance marks like high or low. Some chat activities are shown for better orientation but are not searchable. For example, reacted and the text that stands for a reaction icon, replied, sent message, deleted, date of a message, last edited on. In the near native view for chat, messages are shown along with additional information depending on chat type. For example, entry and exit information, invites, or reactions in a structured fashion. These items can be searched in this view. For example, message dates, importance marks, left, entered, deleted. Displayed elements in near-native chats include enter and leave times. The date and time any participant enters or leaves a chat room is clearly noted, as is the time and content of each message. Replies to chat messages. You can see who answered a specific message and when. Files sent as attachments to a chat. Their names display in the context of the conversation. To view attached files, first you must pull in attachments via association and make sure the results list is grouped by family. The attachments are shown as family members of the chat, that is their parent document. Chat message invites display with the time and recipient of the invite and the content of any message sent with the invite. Emojis are only shown if they appear in a reaction. Frequently used emojis are displayed as images. Other reactions just show the name of the reaction preceded by the word reaction. Reactions are followed by the number of reactions and the names of participants who reacted. If a chat participant marked a message as important, urgent, high, normal, low, or undefined, you'll see an importance mark. Deleted messages show the deleted content and the person who deleted the message. Note: in Accelerate 20.2 or earlier, chat display only applied to Bloomberg chats. If conversion was run by a user before the update, or if redactions or annotations were applied, you may still see the old display of a Bloomberg chat as used in version 20.2 and earlier. To see the new display, reconvert the chat documents. Family inclusion lets you find attachments loaded with a chat. For example, to review the attachments contained within the chat currently displayed in our viewer, click the Associations icon on the search toolbar header. Select Families and click Apply. All associated documents now display in our results list. There are 3 smart filters under the Communication Properties Smart Filter group that contain chat-specific properties. Chat Platform: the chat system from which a chat file was exported. This can contain custom values. Chat Event Type Smart Filter: chat event types if provided by the export of a chat system. To see which event types are shown for a specific chat source, you could select a source with the Chat Platform Smart Filter and then look at the counts in the Chat Event Type Smart Filter. Chat Count Smart Filter: chat-specific count of chat message events within a chain. This excludes other events such as person entering, person exiting, attachment sent. Use this filter to find substantive chat messages. There are 2 new reviewer productivity reports available in Accelerate 20.4: the Batch Reviewer Productivity Report and the Review Progress Report. You must have one of the following user roles to run these reports: Mind Server Administrator, Case Manager, or Power User. The Batch Reviewer Productivity Report allows you to analyze reviewer productivity within batches. You can download the report as a Microsoft Excel file. Please note, Batch Reviewer Productivity Reports only work for projects created in Accelerate 20.4 or later. To generate a Batch Reviewer Productivity Report, click the Actions menu, Reports, Batch Reviewer Productivity Report. The Batch Reviewer Productivity Report contains the following tables: Reviewer and Review Totals and Reviewer Productivity Totals. The Reviewer and Review Totals table has the following information: number of users, the sum of the number of users that reviewed documents in a batch and as an administrator on the analysis page. Total documents from review and analysis, the total number of documents in the database. Total documents batched, the total number of documents batched in any universe across all review states. Total documents remaining for review, the total number of documents that are batched and are not yet reviewed. The Reviewer Productivity Totals table contains a list of reviewers and the corresponding values. User: this column lists the reviewers to whom a batch was assigned. Total hours worked, the total working hours spent by a user on reviewing documents in the context of a batch. Documents reviewed, the number of documents reviewed by a user in the context of a batch. A document is counted as reviewed only if the document was tagged with a target review state set. This is reported as a tagging event in the document history. Events such as tagging a document outside of a batch or placing it in a folder are not counted as tagging events, and such events do not add to the count in the Documents Reviewed column. The total documents reviewed by a reviewer is the sum of the counts of all review states. If a reviewer has reviewed documents in more than one review state, you can get the count of documents reviewed by that reviewer using the search query editor. For example, the reviewer has reviewed documents in both the first pass review and second pass review. You can use the following queries. Alternatively, you can use the smart filters Review State and Reviewed By, located under the Work Product Smart Filter group. Review rate is the number of reviewed documents divided by the total hours that the reviewer worked. Total documents batched. Total documents that are in batches that are currently assigned to a reviewer. Assigned documents remaining for review. Number of documents in batches assigned to the reviewer and not yet reviewed. Projected review hours remaining. The number of documents that the respective reviewer still has for review divided by his review rate. To generate a report using the default template, in the Batch Reviewer Productivity Report window, type a name for the report and select a template. Here we name the report for the month and the year, and we'll leave the current template as the default. If the rows are not currently displaying, you can select them using the Rows dropdown. If all columns are not displaying, you can add a column using the Type Ahead in the Columns field. After adding rows and columns, click Apply to save your changes. To create a custom template, in the Report window on the Layout tab, modify the layout as needed. On the Settings tab, type a name for the template. If you would like to share this template with other users who have access to this database, click the Share this template with other users checkbox. Click Save Template. To generate a report using a custom template, select the template from the Current Template dropdown. To download a copy of this report in Excel format, click Download. To generate a Review Progress Report, select Actions, Reports, Review Progress Report. The Review Progress Report allows you to analyze the progress of a review and download the report as a Microsoft Excel file. Please note the Review Progress Report works only for projects created in Axcelerate 20.4 or later. The Review Progress Report contains the following tables. Review Totals Table. The Review Totals Table contains document totals in different review stages, total hours worked, and total number of reviewers. And the Per Universe Totals Table. The Per Universe Totals Table contains counts by review states, total documents in the universe, number of documents batched, number of documents reviewed, number of documents remaining, number of reviewers, total hours spent reviewing documents, remaining review hours, and review rate. To generate a report using the default template, type a name for the report and leave the default report template selected. On the Layout tab, select the universes and tagging fields. Click Apply. To create a custom template, on the Settings tab, click a name for the template. Click the Share this template with other users checkbox if you'd like to share it with users who have access to this database, and click Save Template. To download a copy of the report in Excel format, click Download. For ease of use and to save time while performing repeated tasks, you can create templates. You can create the following template types: batch creation, export from the results list of the analysis page, production layout, production slip sheet, and production export. Templates are managed on the Templates page. You must have one of the following user roles to create and manage templates: Mind Server Administrator, Case Manager, or Power User. The Templates page displays a list of available templates and information about the templates, such as type, description, status, and the actions that you can perform using a template. Use the Search panel to search or filter templates using the template properties. To edit a template, click the name of the template. Make any necessary changes and click Apply. To clone, delete, activate, or deactivate a template, click the Actions button. To create a new template, from the toolbar, click New. Select the template type from the list. On the General tab, enter a name or description for the template. On the Settings tab, add specific settings for the template. And click Apply. You now have the ability to create a results list export template. When you export documents from the results list on the analysis page, you can save the frequently used settings as a template in the Export Wizard. You can export fields, native files, converted images, and text files for a document from the results list of the analysis page. To create a results list export template from the Templates page, select New, Export. Create a template name and description. On the Settings tab, select the scope of your template, Columns. This parameter lets you define whether metadata fields are included in the export. All columns. Select this option and all variable fields will be included in the export. Choose columns to export. Select this option and the Column Fields to Export multi-select list displays, allowing you to pick specific fields for export. To select multiple values, press and hold Ctrl and then use your pointer to select all desired fields. Documents to include. To include native files, converted images, or text files in the export, select the checkbox for each desired item. Export natives. If you select the Export Natives checkbox, additional options appear that allow you to define the folder and column names used in the export. Folder name is the name of the folder in which the native files will be stored. Column name is the name of the field or column that will be used in the export file to reference the native file. If you select the Export Images checkbox, additional options appear that allow you to define the folder and column names used in the export. Folder name is the name of the folder in which the image files will be stored. Column name is the name of the field or column that will be used in the export file to reference the image files. And if you select the Export Text checkbox, additional options appear that allow you to define the folder and column names used in the export. Folder name is the name of the folder in which the text files will be stored. Column name is the name of the field or column that will be used in the export file to reference the text files. Under Export Format, CSV is the default format for the file extension. You can alternatively choose a DAT or text file extension. Under Delimiter Set, Choose either the Concordance Standard or CSV file delimiter set. The single delimiters are listed in the configuration summary to the right. Alternatively, select Custom and define each delimiter separately. Common examples are shown next to each field. Date and time format. If you selected date fields for export, you have the option to modify the date and time format that will be used for those fields. Split date-time fields to discrete columns. Depending on the source system that will import the files, you can split date and time fields or put date and time information into one field. Date format. Specify the desired format. Time format. Specify the desired format. To save the template settings, click Apply and then Close. To create a results list export using the newly created template, first, select the documents that you want to include in your export. Next, select Actions, Export. Under the Export Template header, select the desired template. Give the export job a name and an optional description. If you make any changes to the current template, you can click Save this as a template for future exports. Click Run. You've now created an export job based off of your export template settings.